What's up, YouTube? We are back as promised. I'm going to go through a little more in depth today on some numbers on these treetop blocks that we talked about yesterday. So, if you saw, this is something that I cut on my CNC machine. Just simple little blocks. Kids love them. Something they can just stack and play with, right? So, we're going to go through the numbers on these. I was able to cut 26 of these blocks within 15 minutes. So let's just tack on an extra 15 minutes because you got to account for the time it's going to take to swap a board in and out, or the time it's going to take to swap out a bit if you got to swap out a bit, or whatever it might be. There's obviously going to be some time in sanding these parts when they're all done, round over the edges or whatever you want to do. They're not perfect when they come off the machine, so there's a little bit of work there. But we'll say 30 minutes, you can basically cut a set and have them done, ready to go, right? So, I was able to sell a 15-piece set for $30, so about $2 per block, right? So, let's just, got the handy dandy whiteboard here, let's just go through these numbers. So, about $2 per block that we cut is what we're gonna get. That's very realistic, those are real numbers. I really sold one set for $15, or I'm sorry, one 15-piece set for $30. So we can get about $2 per block. I think, with the right packaging and marketing, you could probably easily pull $3 per block if you really wanted, but let's base it off of what we know. So, $2 per block. Now, if I can make, let's just multiply this by the 26 blocks that I can make in 30 minutes. Now, again, this whole process could be optimized and I could probably pump out even more than that. But again, the 26 that I cut just happened to fit on the board that I had that day. I think the board was 21 by 9. So my cut area is 32 by 32. So I certainly was not anywhere near the entire cut space that I could take up. So you could cut a lot more at one time. So again, I want to base it off of real numbers that I really know, so we can get some hopefully accurate and realistic numbers. So $2 per block, we're gonna multiply that by the 26 blocks that we can cut in 30 minutes. So 26 times 2 is gonna be what, 52? All right, so every 30 minutes we can make $52. All right, let's just take that to an hour, and we'll say 1 hour, we can make $104 per hour, right? All right, so let's say we work a 10-hour day, pretty standard day for most people. It's gonna be what, 1,040? So we're gonna take 104 times 10. All right, so 1,040 in a 10-hour shift. All right, hopefully you guys can see what we got going on here. Hopefully you're following along with me. So in 30 minutes, we're making $52. In 1 hour, we're gonna make about $104. And in 10 hours, one day, we're gonna make about $1,040 in treetop blocks, okay? So let's say that we work 4 days a week at this, pretty reasonable. So we're gonna multiply our daily rate by 4. So 1,040. Sorry, I'm a little slow with the calculator here. All right. 1,040 times 4, we're gonna be at 4,160 in a 4-day week. Once again, $4,160 in a 4-day week. Okay, There's what, 52 weeks a year? So once again, let's take that number and multiply it by the 52 weeks that we have per year. And we're looking at $216,320 per year, with very conservative numbers. Now, obviously there's going to be some costs associated with this whole process. You got bits, you got lumber, electrical, whatever it costs to run the machine. So let's take 30% off of there. We'll multiply that by 0.7, so we get 70% of that number. So 70% of this, which is 30% off the top, we got 151,424 after we take 30% off of there. So to me, these are realistic numbers. You know, I understand, obviously it's not gonna be perfect. There's probably gonna be things that we don't foresee, but relatively speaking, this should be a pretty realistic number to hit per year. Now, again, I don't think you're gonna hit this year one, unless right out the gate you've got a game plan, you've got marketing. Maybe you're in a big area where you probably could sell a lot per year. Me, not so much. I would have to make most of my sales online, which is certainly possible, but again, you're gonna need some good marketing. So realistically, you know, maybe year one you can make $20,000. You know, a small startup, I think that's pretty realistic to make about $20,000 per year. I only make around like $52,000 per year at my standard full-time job, right? So this right here is kind of the goal. If I can make $151,000 per year, that's a lot better, and I'm working for myself and getting my own business going, right? So now again, probably my favorite thing about the CNC machine is being creative and getting a chance to create custom products. Now, if I'm spending 40 hours a week just making treetop blocks, it's gonna be a little bit hard to also have time to be creative and make what I want. So I'm probably not gonna go hard and focus on just treetop blocks in 1 year. I still wanna be creative. I still wanna have, you know, the choice to kind of do what I want at the times that I want. But I certainly think that a product like these treetop blocks are really gonna help you get going, help a small business get going. Definitely pay back the machine very quickly. So I thought that was pretty sweet. I wanted to share that with you guys. And again, these are treetop blocks. That's just one product. There's a million different products that you could be making, that you could be, you know, making in these larger batches. This is just one example, but I think it's smart if you are going to do this, and if you are going to try to really make a lot of money off of just, you know, some product, I would probably stick to one product. Spend an entire year just focused on one product. Figure out how to market it, how to package it, and I think you're going to find a lot more success in that route rather than jumping from project to project to project, which again is kind of what I plan to do to an extent. I certainly do want to start making quite a bit of these treetop blocks, but I've got a full-time job, right? So I'm not like incredibly hungry for money. I don't absolutely need to force myself to work 40 hours a week making treetop blocks, right? So we'll make what we can make this year, but again, this is going to kind of be the goal, is to see what we really can make just off of one simple product like this. So we're basically at the end of January here. I haven't sold any treetop blocks yet this year, but I'll keep a running tally throughout the year, and by the end of the year, we'll see what I've made on these treetop blocks. So there we have it. I wanted to share that with you guys. Hopefully that gets you guys excited and kind of shows the reality of what you really could make if you're willing to put the time and effort into it with a CNC machine. So there you have it. Hope you guys like it. If you got questions, let me know. Like, subscribe. We're gonna keep doing cool stuff. Thank you.